Hi, I'm Ingrid, a 45 years old marketing consultant in the French market. For the past 20 years, I've been working in both the private and the public sector across Germany, Austria, and France. I now have a wealth of knowledge to share. But 10 years ago, a stroke changed my life, pushing me to make a difference. That's when I founded Ingrenize. In 2019, Ingrenize took off, really took off. And today, with my team of 20 experts, we're helping purpose-driven companies succeed in France. We've already supported over 200 brands, and I can help you thrive in the French market. Hi everyone, I hope you're all as well and full of energy as I am right now. I know that many of you will today watch this as a replay because most of you are on holiday right now, and I hope you're enjoying it and you'll come back as fully reloaded of energy as I am right now. So this is my very first live streaming event, so please bear with me. But I'm genuinely thrilled that you're all here and that you'll be watching this, and that I'm going to be able to share those tips with you. Because in fact, I've seen so many blunders, marketing blunders throughout my experience, and so many gems that I really want to share with you. I'm happy to have this opportunity to do that. So let's start right away with the first situation, the first case I want to present to you. The first one is wipes. Maybe you know these wipes already, but they're a perfect example of how marketing works. Look at them. They're soft, organic, nature-friendly. They cost only 4 euros, above all. This is exactly what we want for our skin, right? To stay protected and soft, especially for our babies. It's Pampers, so babies. So now let's play a little game. Maybe you want to play along. Please scan this QR code, first of all, and you'll be able to vote on my next question, which is, would you buy these wipes? Would you buy them if it were for you? So I'm going to see if I can share the results. Would be nice. Let's switch that. Replace the sharing. I want this one. Okay, so nobody has voted yet. Maybe someone will. We'll see. Not yet. Well, maybe you're all on vacation yet. I'm not sure if anyone is actually here. Well, we'll see. Anyway, I'll go on with the presentation. Wait, screen sharing, sorry. Here it is. Okay, so let's go on with it. Let's get a closer look at it. As you can see, it's actually just water wrapped in plastic for 4 euros. But the marketing campaign, the packaging, the colors, the messaging around it makes it so effective that 74% of Pampers clients are buying these wipes. And that shows you the power of communication. So let's play another little game. Please scan this QR code too, and I'll show you some real-life examples of ads. Please rank them by how effective they look to you. Or in other words, which one do you feel will drive the most sales and which one the least? You can then vote them up and down using the titles to slide them. So I'm giving you a few seconds to scan this. And now let's go on. This is the first example. This is a French ad, but the name of the brand Gerber, which is quite famous in the US, actually means spewing bad in French. The second example is from a German cruise company. Have a look at it. Then you can vote it up or down. Third one is obviously a magazine. It's selling sweets in Switzerland. And the last example, sorry, it's a longer video, but I've selected the most telling 6 seconds for you. It's an ad for a tea in India. So, this was it. Tell me now, please, which one of them, where is it? Here. Which one of them do you feel is the most efficient? Maybe I'll replay this video for you. Okay, so which one is the most efficient for you? What do you think? I'm going to have a look at the results. Here it is. Okay, so no answer yet. So I'm guessing you're still not there. So maybe you'll see in the replay how I rank them, because most of the time people will answer that the one that drives the most sales will probably be the musical tea, because while strolling around on their own streets in their city, people would listen to that song, which is quite famous in India, and link that famous sound, that famous song, and the pleasure of listening to that nice music with the pleasure of drinking a nice tea. So that does resonate with them. And the one that would probably drive the least sales is probably the Gerber ad, because who wants to buy spewing bad cheese, right? So now, of course, I'm sorry. So you can see how visuals, sounds, ads, messaging can harm or boost your credibility. Now, of course, you need to decide for yourself what you want to be remembered for, right? Probably for the best. So let's see how exactly to become memorable and credible. Of course, the first thing to boost credibility everywhere on this planet is to care for your spelling. For some people, it's not that important because they feel that they need to focus on the content. But the fact of the matter is, in here and out there, you may have the best solution to sell, a perfect knowledge and understanding of your subject matter. If your work is sprinkled with typos, like here, people will think less of you as a person and as a professional. So that's why I'm giving you now my in-house process to proofread a text. Feel free to copy paste it because it definitely works. First, I check my spelling while I'm writing using the inbuilt spell checker and Grammarly, of course. And then I read my text aloud. Why? Well, I have another challenge for you. I'll show you a sentence and you'll try, please, to remember it and repeat. Ready? It will be quick. Here it is. So, what was it? Who's brave enough to repeat it? Please try and write it in the chat. I get some feedback. That's nice. Yes. Oh, someone spotted the error. Very good. But most of you didn't. That's interesting. Okay, so let me show you that sentence. Some of you have spotted the error because you probably knew there was some trap somewhere, and some didn't. And all of you who did not see the error, you have an enhanced brain. You are using an enhanced brain function. We automatically correct what's wrong, exactly like in this sentence. Our brain uses the power of experience to speed up the understanding process. Look at this, for example. I'm sure you can read this quite easily despite the letters being all mixed up. Our brain is amazing, and I love that, but it can also mislead us. So by reading aloud, you actually force your brain to slow down and see those errors. Plus, you'll spot any awkward sentences that should be rephrased, and sentences that are too long, and you end up short of breath just by telling them. And the third step is to use antidote. Because while I'm reading aloud, I do some correction, I correct, adjust things, and it's quite easy to let a new typo slip into your text while you're being creative because you can't effectively focus on two different tasks at a time. You can't be creative and technically correct. So this software catches typos and advises on style and readability. It's a real help, but like the inbuilt checker, it will sometimes introduce errors. So remember, check every alert, be cautious. And the final step of my quality check is to reverse my process. I read from the last word to the first one. Yes, you got that right. I reverse my reading. Why? Because that way your brain can't focus on the content. Instead, it will focus on the technical side of your text: punctuation marks, capital letters, formatting. And that's quite important because punctuation marks can completely change the meaning of what you say. So the moral of that story is, do not trust your brain. It takes shortcuts. And that will speed up your thinking, that's true. But it can and will damage your credibility. So check everything you write, and if your text has high stakes, let someone else do it too. Now, let's get a step further and see how to draft magnetic outputs that will spark interest. That's what we want, right? As a professional, you can't sell if you don't know what your clients need. As an employee, you won't get a pay raise if you don't know what your boss is looking for. As a student, you won't get the highest grades if you don't understand what your professors expect from you. And as a marketer, you won't get your readers to open your emails if you don't know what clicks with them. So this is why the first step is always to define exactly what your readers are expecting from you. Here's one easy way to do that: ChatGPT. As you can see, it's not the best, absolutely not the best for writing content, but it's a great brainstormer. So as you can see, I fed this ChatGPT a prompt that tells him exactly how he should think, what he has to do. And then I simply watch the magic happen. Look at this. So in just 90 seconds, I got this list. And the best part is you can do the same for any audience and any type of content. Your next step, of course, should be to first ask your readers if that list is fitting. You could do surveys, for example. And you should also do some A/B testing to check if your ideas are correct. But basically, it's just about creating content now. And for that, you should take one crucial thing into account. Engaging content is a content that catches your eyes and that you can actually understand. I'm guessing we don't have experts of fundamental physics in the room. No, don't we? Okay, so I bet you'll enjoy this one and understand everything he says in less than 3 minutes. Listen to that.
I have a beautiful tree that's filled with oranges. And I ask myself, what is the orange made of? How do I answer that question? Well, I want to look deeply inside the orange, so I magnify it. And I magnify it again, and if I keep on doing it, deep inside, sooner or later, I begin to see molecules come into view. But molecules are not the end of the story, because the molecules, I can enlarge them. And if I make them big enough deep inside, I begin to see atoms. Atoms are not the end of the story, too, because we have electrons zooming around the nucleus. Deep inside, mostly empty space in the atom, but deep inside, we see the nucleus. So if I grab that and magnify it, I see that the nucleus is itself made of particles, neutrons and protons. And if I grab one of the neutrons and magnify it, I find yet further particles, little tiny quarks inside. Now that
All right. I'm guessing you don't have the time to watch everything, but I'll put the link of this video in the comment so you can watch it to the end. But right now, I think you already can get my point. This guy has perfectly identified his target. It's people like you and me. We're not experts in this field, but we can still understand everything he says. So that's real expertise. Please remember this guy. Next time you will have to talk about an advanced topic. There is nothing so difficult and specialized that you cannot phrase it in a simple way. Here's another way to make a complex looking text much more palatable. This time it's just about the visual structure, so it doesn't matter that the text is in French. I will need you to vote, so please use your emojis and reactions on your interface to give me your opinion. Use a smiling face if you're tempted to read that text, and maybe a thumb down if you'd rather skip that text. Right now I get a lot of thumb down. Okay. Okay, nobody likes it. Very good. Didn't get any smiley faces. So what about this now? Is it better? Use your thumbs and smileys, please. It looks better, right? It does. So here's the moral of the story. If your goal is to attract interest and get your message across, use strategies that work every single time. Write out your text first. Cut it by half. Remove all your filler words. Organize your thoughts with subtitles, bullet points. Highlight your keywords in bold. And most of the time, anything we write can be written with 1/3 of the initial words. So try it. And if it works, please connect with me on LinkedIn and tell me so. I'd love that. So now let's talk about something very specific to France. It does apply to some other European countries too, like Germany, for example, and most Latin countries. So here's an example of an ad from Cisco. This is what they are doing right now in the US. As you can see, there are loads of details and colors and bold titles and blah blah. And this is what Cisco is doing in Europe, in France specifically, now. A sleek design, calm colors, cultural references to the Olympic Games. This is perfect localization. Another example? This is what Starbucks is doing in the US right now. You can see it's full of life, joyful, colors, movement, and the company's logo, massive, dead center, and repeated on every product or almost every product. And that's what they are doing right now in France. Harmony, calm, balance, no massive logo to identify the brand. We don't need that. And in fact, we don't like it being thrown at us like that. So that's how major brands adapt to France. And you, my friends, need to do the same. Do not simply copy-paste strategies that work in the US. Create something special for your readers, not anyone's, and show them that you care. And while we're talking about the US, we're almost done. So just a few minutes more. You're doing right. Let's talk about how to inspire people around you. You need to relate to your audience to build a personal relationship with your readers. And how? Well, with your tone of voice. It should match your personal brand. And that's the personal brand is how you are perceived by others in all your interactions. So, to define your personal brand, tone of voice, you can simply ask yourself this simple question: what exactly are the main two emotions you want people to feel when they interact with you? Mine are trust in my expertise, in my ability to help, and comfort, ease, because I love engaging with people and I feel I'm quite easygoing. So, would you say you feel that in me today or right now? I hope so. Oh, it looks like it. Yes. Thank you. That's excellent. Well, anyway, anything I say or write should align with these emotions I want people to feel. And that applies to you too. Make sure that whatever you want is you write, sorry, is branded you. I'm sure you can identify a text from Lovecraft or from Terry Pratchett just by reading the first 5 sentences. Both are memorable because they have their own style. They write like nobody else. So learn from the best. Choose one figure in history, art, science, whatever inspires you most. Look at how they talk, how they write, and then adjust their ways to who you are. And the moral of that story is, if you're not convinced of what you say, don't write it. And make sure you infuse your text with who you are. Make sure your content is interesting to your readers, not just to you. Make it clear, make it simple, make it trustworthy. And now, please let me finish this meeting with a few examples of logo fails that missed this small step of proofreading and double checking. This is a logo from the Institute for Oriental Studies in Brazil, or let me say it was a logo. They have changed it last year to this. Better, right? This is a logo of the Catholic I can't pronounce that, but anyway, it's from the church. We get the image of the church, right? But maybe we get another image too. So they changed it to this. And this is a dental clinic in the Philippines. Well, it's a dental clinic. And not sure how pleasurable it is to get there, but anyway, they changed their logo. And I think we can take from that story that you don't have to create something perfect from the first shot. But whatever you do, remember that success is one person's genius concept and 91 persons showing up every single day. Whatever you do, start doing it. It doesn't have to be perfect from the start. Every day, do something new. Every day, something better. And most importantly, every day. That's my point. So, here's one way to do that. You could join our free series of 12 webinars, one a month. So, well, it's 1 year worth of webinars starting in September. You'll get more applied tips on how to get the hottest clients and the most reliable partners and sponsors in France. And hey, come on. That's my technical inability, as you can see. So, if you want to learn at your own pace, you can also use this offer, Emails That Sell, which is a great way to learn how to build completely autonomously an email campaign that works in France. And if you have anything to add, a comment, a question, whatever, I would be very happy to connect with you over LinkedIn. And meanwhile, I wish you a very, very